Recently, I read a short story about a city woman who works as an office lady during the day but transforms into a big cat at night to fight evil and uphold justice. The plot is a bit cliché, but it's rich in detail and quite interesting. I thought about using ComfyUI to create a poster for it and made this workflow to share with you all. This workflow generates both the human figure and the corresponding furry anthropomorphic cat, merges them, and adds lighting effects. I think the results are pretty good. Besides cats, this workflow can also generate tigers, rabbits, and other animals. Without further ado, let me demonstrate how to use this workflow. Let's start by looking at the plugins involved. Most of them are familiar, with the only slightly complex one being IC Light, which produces great lighting effects and is worth using. Open ComfyUI and load the workflow. You can check the instructions in the top left corner. I think they are quite detailed. The main thing you might need to modify is the input section. You can download a pose image I prepared with the workflow, or upload your own, but make sure the person is centered in the frame. Adjust the lighting and animal type as needed. The defaults are moonlight and cat, which I won't change. Click Run and accelerate. And the result comes out quickly. Rather than giving a man a fish, it's better to teach him how to fish. Next, I'll explain the ideas behind building this workflow and the specific steps, hoping to inspire you. Load the default text-to-image process in ComfyUI. I chose the latest version 1.4 of the AWPortrait model, which generates very beautiful and realistic figures. Add a load LoRa node and select add_detail with a weight of 0.8 to add some details to the image. Fill in the positive and negative prompt words. Change the width and height of the empty latent image node to input. Double-click to generate two int nodes. Set the width to 832 and the height to 1216. To center the figure's face in the image, I fixed the pose and added ControlNet-related nodes. Selecting the Open Pose model. Add a load image node and upload the pose image. This is a processed skeleton image, so no preprocessor is needed. Modify the sampler parameters. Fix a seed value I like. Set the iteration steps to 30 and CFG to 7. Use the DPMPP_2M sampler with Keras. And add a load VAE node. Selecting the usual 840000. Click Run and accelerate the process to easily generate an urban beauty. Next, we need a big cat image. Organize the nodes from the text-to-image process and copy them to create a second text-to-image process. Adjust the connections. Changing the model to BB95 Furry Mix, which I think is the best for generating anthropomorphic animals. Furry enthusiasts, don't miss this. Slightly modify the positive and negative prompt words, keep other parameters unchanged, and click Run. To save time, I'll accelerate the process and check the result, which I'm quite satisfied with. How do you merge images in ComfyUI? It's simple. Use Image Crop to take half of the image. Then use Image Paste to overlay it on another image. Specifically, I need to use int to number nodes to convert the previously set width and height types. Use number operation to divide by 2 to get half the width. And pass these values and the figure image to the image crop node to get half the figure image. Then add an image paste node, using the cropped half image as the foreground _ image and the complete cat image as the background. Add a preview image and click Run. The result is very nice. A composite image with half human and half furry cat. Now let's add some lighting effects to this image. The goal is to make the left half brighter for daytime and the right half darker for nighttime, using IC light. Adjust the image nodes. Add an IC light conditioning node. And reconnect a prompt node for the positive prompt words, only writing the lighting effect. I want it to be mysterious, so I'll use Moonlight. Reuse the previous negative prompt words. The foreground needs the composite image, which should be passed through a VAE encode node and connected to the pixels. Using the same VAE. IC Light redraws through a K-sampler node. And you need to add a load and apply IC Light node. Since we only provided the foreground, select the FC model, connecting the left port to the figure model. Complete the sampler's other ports. The latent input needs a light-dark effect image. I want an image with obvious left-right light contrast. So I'll try the light source generation node provided by the IC Light custom node author. Use simple light source. Change the size to input and connect to the original image size. Keep other parameters default, add a preview image node to check the light effect, and connect it to the VAE encode node. Adjust the K-sampler parameters. Iteration steps to 10, CFG to 6. Sampling method to DPMPP_2M with Keras. Denoise to 0.9. And add VAE decode and preview image nodes. Click Run to see the effect. A clip isn't connected, so I'll fix that. Click Run again and speed up. Place the result above and zoom in. The image changed, but the effect is unsatisfactory. The preview shows the light gradually decreases from left to right. But I want a more distinct contrast at the boundary. I'll create a custom light effect image. Add a Create Shape Mask node. Choose a square shape. Convert frame width/height, shape width/height, and location_x/y to input. Connect frame width/height and shape height to the figure image's width/height. The shape width should be half the figure image width, location_x is a quarter of the figure image width, and location_y is half the figure image height. Use number operation to get the values. Add a remap mask range node, setting the minimum to 0.3 and maximum to 0.7 for brightness levels. Finally, use a mask to image node to generate the image and connect it to the VAE encode node in the IC Light process. I tried a more manual light source image before, but this is easier. Click Run, and the light source image has the desired left bright, right dark effect, each taking half the image. Check the final image. It has a great atmosphere. The contrast wasn't strong enough, so I brightened the light part to 1 and ran it again. The effect is better, with clear contrast. The human in sunlight and the cat in the dark. That's it for today's video. Interested viewers can download the workflow and try it out. Feel free to leave comments or message me with any questions. See you next time.